Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we were diving deep into a fan-favorite showdown that has been buzzing in the Marvel community: She-Hulk versus the Abomination. The prompt we're exploring is a tantalizing one. A medium shot of She-Hulk, green, powerful, wearing a torn red t-shirt, cracking her neck and smirking. She says, "Looks like the shirt's not the only thing that's torn tonight." In response, a hulking, cat-colored abomination just growls. The scene is set in photorealistic daylight. This single image paints such a vivid picture, and it opens up a universe of possibilities for storytelling, character development, and epic action. So let's break down what makes this concept so cool and explore where a story like this could go. First off, let's talk about the characters. We have Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk, who is not just a powerhouse, but also a brilliant lawyer with a sharp wit. Her line, "Looks like the shirt's not the only thing that's torn tonight," is classic Jen. It's confident, a little bit cheeky, and shows she's completely unfazed by the massive threat in front of her. This isn't just a brute getting ready to smash. This is a hero who uses her intelligence and personality as weapons just as much as her fists. The torn red t-shirt is a great visual cue. It suggests this fight has already started, or at least the situation escalated very quickly. It adds a layer of grit and realism to her character design. She's not in a pristine superhero costume. She's in the middle of chaos, and she's thriving. Then we have Emil Blonsky, the Abomination. The description, hulking cat color, is interesting. Traditionally, Abomination is more reptilian, with scales and fins. This cat color could imply a new mutation, maybe something that gives him more agility or predatory senses, like a lion or a tiger. It could be a purely aesthetic choice to make him look more unique. Or it could hint at a deeper change in his physiology. His response, a simple growl, is perfect. It contrasts beautifully with Jen's articulate taunt. He's all raw, primal fury. There's no witty banter from him. He's a force of nature, an engine of destruction, and that growl tells you everything you need to know about his intentions. He's not here to talk. He's here to break things, starting with the person who just insulted him. The setting, photorealistic daylight, is also a crucial element. This isn't a battle happening in the shadows or a dark alley. This is out in the open, for the whole world to see. This raises the stakes immediately. Who else is around? Are there civilians in danger? Is this happening in the middle of a bustling city? A daylight setting makes the destruction more visceral and the consequences more immediate. It also allows for incredible visual detail. Imagine the sun glinting off She-Hulk's green skin, the dust, and debris kicking up from the cracked pavement under their feet, the realistic textures of their muscles tensing for battle. Photorealism grounds this fantastical confrontation in a world that feels like our own, making the impact of their power even more terrifying and awe-inspiring. So, how did we get here? What's the story leading up to this moment? Let's brainstorm a few scenarios. Maybe this is a direct continuation of their story from the She-Hulk series. Perhaps Blonsky, despite his spiritual retreat and apparent rehabilitation, has lost control again. Maybe his inhibitor failed, or maybe he was pushed over the edge by a new threat, and She-Hulk is the only one who can stop him. The red t-shirt could even be a piece of his Zen master-like clothing that she borrowed, or that got torn in an initial, less hostile interaction before things went south. Her smirk, in this case, would be one of disappointment and resolve. "I gave you a chance, Emil, but it looks like we have to do this the hard way." Another possibility. This isn't Blonsky as we know him. What if this abomination is a clone, or someone else who has been given a corrupted version of his powers? This would create a moral dilemma for Jen. She has to fight this creature, but she might also be trying to save the real Blonsky or uncover the conspiracy behind this new monster. The cat color could be a side effect of this new, unstable transformation process. Her taunt could be a way to test the intelligence of this new abomination, to see if there's any of Emil's consciousness left inside. The growl in response suggests there isn't, setting the stage for a tragic but necessary brawl. Let's think about the fight itself. This would be an incredible spectacle. She-Hulk's fighting style is a blend of raw strength and practiced technique. She's not just swinging wildly, she's using leverage, strategy, and her environment. We'd see her dodging, weaving, and using her agility to outmaneuver the larger, perhaps slightly slower Abomination. She'd be grabbing streetlights to use as baseball bats, ripping up chunks of asphalt to use as shields, all while throwing out more one-liners to keep him off balance. Abomination, on the other hand, would be pure, unadulterated power. Every punch would be like a wrecking ball, cratering the ground and sending shockwaves through the air. He'd be relentless, constantly pressing the attack, trying to overwhelm Jen with sheer brute force. The fight choreography would have to be amazing, showcasing the immense scale of their power. We'd see them crashing through buildings, throwing cars at each other, and the environment around them would be systematically demolished. The photorealistic style would make every impact feel bone-shattering. Beyond the physical confrontation, there's an emotional core to this conflict. For Jen, fighting Abomination is personal. He was one of her first major cases as She-Hulk, and their history is complicated. She's seen his attempt at redemption. Having to fight him again would be a test of her own beliefs about rehabilitation and second chances. Can people truly change, or are some monsters destined to remain monsters? Her smirk might be a mask for a deeper sadness or frustration. She's putting on a brave face, but inside, she might be mourning the failure of a man she tried to help. The climax of this story could go in several directions. She-Hulk could obviously win the physical fight, incapacitating Abomination and saving the day. But what happens after? Does he get locked up again, proving that his rehabilitation was a failure? Or does Jen find a way to reach him, to bring back the calmer, more controlled Blonsky? Maybe the cat color mutation is causing him pain and driving him mad, and the solution isn't to beat him into submission, but to find a cure. A truly compelling ending would see She-Hulk using her brains as much as her brawn. Maybe she uses her legal expertise to find a loophole that protects Blonsky, or her scientific knowledge, inherited from her cousin Bruce, to stabilize his condition. This one-sentence prompt is a perfect example of great storytelling. It gives us dynamic characters, a clear conflict, and a compelling visual, but it leaves enough room for us to imagine the rich narrative surrounding it. It's a snapshot of a much larger, more exciting story. The combination of She-Hulk's personality, Abomination's raw power, and the high-stakes daylight setting creates the perfect recipe for an unforgettable Marvel moment. It's a testament to how powerful these characters are, not just in terms of their strength, but in their capacity to tell complex and engaging stories. What do you guys think? What's your theory on how this scene came to be? Let me know your ideas down in the comments below. I'd love to read what kind of stories you all come up with. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the worlds of our favorite heroes. See you next time.